Coach, just what was it there over that 10-0 run that you guys are able to break this game open?
Well, I think, it started with our defense. I think we got a little bit more active. It's hard to go on a run if you don't get a stop. We went to a smaller lineup that probably made us a little bit quicker. They run their offense with a lot of speed, and they were also zoning us, so we wanted to be able to keep the floor space. But I think it was our intensity defensively and guys making some good plays.
You look at the balance on this team. You look at Chance continuing what he did the other night. Alston playing at a high level. This seems to be what you guys envisioned from the start of the year when these guys are starting to click.
Yeah, I mean, we got some guys that can really play. It's a long year. Some guys aren't going to play well all year, but I think from a consistency standpoint, we're starting to do some things that we probably haven't done since November, which really helps us. And other than our turnovers in the first half, I thought we played a pretty clean game. Our three-point defense was probably my fault with some of the things that we were doing, but offensively, we had to take better care of the ball. We did that, and when we do that, then we have a chance to score some points, and we did that.
Offensively, continue to play downhill and get the ball inside. That's got to be a big key.
Right, and we started the game off, really trying to throw it inside, and it made us a little stagnant, and we turned it over. But it did establish a mentality. And Mayo, when he got back in the second part of the first half, he really got downhill. Mace continued to get downhill. Donnie, even Chance. So even Matt, when Matt was in, Matt got downhill. So I think when we attacked the basket, that's when we're at our best. They were going man and zone back and forth, kind of slowed us down a little bit. And once we got past worrying about what defense they were in, we could attack the rim. And we did a good job on the offensive glass, especially in the midst of that run where we were, we had to come back. The offensive glass was good to us.
Coach, Chance's breakout today, not a surprise to anybody in the room, but was there something that you saw from him, either this week in practice, before the game, anything that kind of gave you an indication, hey, like that guy's back, the guy that we know can score 20 plus?
Yeah, well, like I said, the season's so long, no one's going to play well all year long. I have seen Chance, make an adjustment to his approach in regards to trying to start by getting rebounds and getting steals and not so much concerned about whether or not his shot's falling. His shot's eventually going to fall. Chance has stayed in the gym. He stayed consistent with the coaches. And, he's a great kid. And, I mean, Chance Moore is always going to be successful. I mean, he's just a great kid. And he just wasn't shooting the basketball well. But he stopped putting all his eggs in that basket. He started putting them in some other baskets. And now he's making shots. And Chance is about as talented of a player that we probably have.
Does he come out the other side of this a better player overall than he was before?
I think so. I think he's grown, that breakaway dunk again tonight. I mean, he should get one of those a half. He is the best athlete in the conference. I mean, it's not even close how fast he is, how quick he is. He can jump so high. And then his rebounding. He had another double-double tonight. And I really feel like it's helped him become a better player. And, for Chance, like all of us in our lives, it's just about consistency and doing it, day in and day out.
About team-wise, I mean, consistency 4 in a row now, and even you admitted the start of this calendar year, it was feeling like rock bottom for a little bit. But to keep these guys together, playing at this high of a level, you're in the mix for a top 4 seed again. Just what's it say about this group and what you kind of do to keep this group together? Well,
we like to call it base camp. It's not necessarily rock bottom, But we have had to make a lot of trips to base camp. And what I've always known about our group is that we had great kids that never stopped working hard. We had a lot of guys not playing basketball well at the same time. In regards to what I've done, I've prayed a lot. I pray for our group a lot, and I think that's probably helped them more than anything because, We just have to believe, keep our faith strong, and work hard, and we feel like, good things will happen. So other than praying all the time for them, we've just gone about business as usual.
Can you describe base camp for me? Why is that?
Yeah, if you try to climb Mount Everest, you don't just go up on your first attempt. You kind of got to go up, come back down, go up again, come back down, go up again, come back down. You got to kind of keep coming back down to the bottom. But, the purpose of climbing it is eventually getting to the top. And it's no different in our season. We're trying to fight our way to the top of whatever the top is for us. And we just got to come down to base camp, more times than maybe others this year.
Coach, obviously, the next stretch of games going to be like any Valley game is going to be tough. But these games are definitely very important since the momentum y'all built up. So what's the message to your team besides let's take care of business?
So who do we play next?
Northern Iowa.
So it's going to be a dogfight like all Valley games. It's going to come down to 50-50 balls, transition defense, making your layups and free throws. It really doesn't change. What we have to do is make sure that we are controlling the temperature of the game. Meaning, one of the things that we have done lately is get down double digits, and we did it again today. And, I think that's a issue that we're trying to address currently is, we've been doing that for most of the year, and we need to get to a point to where that's not the case. And so for us, we need to control the temperature of the game better from start to finish, as well as when we go to our bench and not, find ourselves in holes, because we have really good teams in our conference. And but again, I guess this would be the third game out of the last four that we've come back from a second half deficit that's double digits, and we need to try not to let that be the case. But as March gets closer, a great sign for our players is that thing's never over. I mean, it's never over. So, but
Really, go ahead.
So I couldn't help but think back to the last time you guys lost a game 5 games ago. Illinois State, similar situation, handful of minutes, tie game, lose by 9.
Yeah.
Completely flip that. What are you seeing that's different about this team that handles those clutch moments better?
I do feel like our players have taken ownership of the team through their actions, and that really helps. Like when the guys understand that it's their actions that are responsible for whatever happens, so I think number one that's happened. Number two, I feel like we understand what we're capable of in regards to a basketball team, and as the calendar continues to flip, your level of urgency starts to rise. And I think that's ultimately what we're starting to see with our team. And we have a lot of areas that we can continue to, elevate and get better. But currently, I really feel like there's a really high level of ownership. And that's allowed for them to be invested in the things that you have to do in order to win. And it's not easy to win one game in college athletics. I mean, it's hard. Like you look all up and down our league right now, with the exception of Indiana State and Drake, I think everyone has 5 losses or more. And so, it's hard. It's hard. And every so often you have some teams that don't have to go through those things that we've had to go through, but those years sometimes are few and far between. But the beauty of what we do is there's so much basketball left. And it's really all about February and March. And I think some of our guys that have in our locker room right now, we've had really good November, Decembers, and we've had really good December, Januaries, and we've had, pretty good late Januaries, early Februaries, but we've yet to have a really good late February, early March. And that cures a lot of things. So I think our group is pretty focused.
You really didn't know you were playing Northern Iowa?
No, don't try not to look ahead. Just one at a time. Just
Lost by 28, Coach.
wish we would have played them today then.